Good morning class, this is for EC 6th semester. In this lecture video we will learn about the construction, working and characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. In our previous lecture we have already discussed about depletion type MOSFET in which channel is already present. So now if we talk about the construction of enhancement type MOSFET, there are some aspects that is similar to the depletion type MOSFET. If we see the construction of N-channel enhancement type MOSFET, then the substrate is made up of P-type material. Through the metallic contacts, the drain and source terminals are connected to this N-type material, and this is similar to the depletion type MOSFET. This oxide layer isolates the gate terminal and the P-type substrate, but here, like the depletion type MOSFET, there is no channel present between this drain and source terminal. It differs in construction from the depletion type MOSFET that it has no physical channel. So whenever we apply the control voltage between this gate and source terminal, the channel is formed between this drain and source terminal. So here in this type of MOSFET, basically the application of control voltage, that is VGS voltage between the gate and source terminal, enhances the number of charge carriers in this region. Due to this, channel is created, and that's why this type of MOSFET is called as enhancement type MOSFET. Now let us see the working of N-channel enhancement type MOSFET, and let us understand how the channel is formed between the drain and source terminal. Whenever we apply the gate voltage, so whenever we apply the control voltage between gate and source, that is VGS voltage, so if initially VGS is kept 0, and if the voltage is applied between drain and source terminal, and then due to the absence of channel, there will be not any flow of current through this MOSFET. So when VGS is 0, then MOSFET will remain in the off condition, that is cut off state. Now let us see what happens when we apply the positive voltage between gate and source. In this figure, we apply the positive voltage between gate and source terminal. So here the substrate and the source terminal. So here the substrate and source terminal are connected together, and they are connected to the ground terminal together. And the positive voltage is applied between a gate and the source terminal. And for a moment, let us assume that this VDS is equal to 0. That means the voltage between drain and source is 0. Now, holes are the majority carriers in the P-type substrate, and whenever we apply the positive voltage at this gate terminal, then the holes are near this oxide layer will pushed away from the gate terminal, and at the same time the electrons, which are the minority charge carriers in this P-type substrate, will also get attracted towards this gate terminal. But at the lower voltage of VGS, the electrons will get recombined with this majority charge carriers, that is holes. Now as we keep on increasing this voltage VGS, now the VGS is increased from lower level to upper level, then the holes will be pushed away, will be pushed more and more deeper into the substrate, and the electrons will be able to recombine with holes and then will rush towards the gate terminal. But due to this insulating layer, they will not be able to cross this oxide layer, and they will start accumulating near the oxide layer, that is the isolated gate terminal is isolated from the channel by this oxide layer. So due to this insulating layer, the electrons or holes will not be able to cross this oxide layer, and they will start accumulating near this oxide layer. So eventually the inversion layer of free electrons will created near this oxide layer. This layer is called as inversion layer. So this inversion layer will act as a channel between the drain and source terminal. Now if we apply this voltage between the drain and source terminal, the current can flow through this channel. So the value of the gate to source voltage at this inversion layer, at which this inversion layer is getting created, is called as threshold voltage. Threshold voltage is Vt, and below this threshold voltage Vt, that means when VGS is less than Vt, there will be no any flow of current through this MOSFET. And whenever VGS is greater than Vt, that is the case of when VGS is greater than Vt, then the width of the channel will increase. So in this way, due to the application of voltage VGS, the channel is formed between the drain and source terminal, but along with this channel there will be also a depletion layer through this channel, because if we observe, there are two types of PN junctions which are reverse biased. So first PN junction is formed between the drain and substrate, and the second PN junction is formed between the substrate and source terminal. And now we will consider that this VGS voltage is always greater than threshold voltage. And now let us see what happens when we apply VDS voltage. When we apply VDS voltage, then through the channel the electrons will get attracted towards this positive terminal, and in this way the current will establish in this MOSFET, and the conventional current will flow from drain to source terminal. Now if we observe, the width of the channel has been reduced towards the drain side. In this, the width of the channel towards the drain side has been reduced because now due to the positive voltage at the drain terminal, and this PN junction will get more reverse biased, and due to that the width of the depletion region will increase. So because of that, effective channel width towards the drain terminal will reduced. And in the same phenomena can also be expressed in other way. Once we apply the drain to source voltage, then the voltage difference between gate and drain terminal will reduce. The voltage difference between these two terminals will be equal to VGS minus VDS. So as this source or substrate terminal is grounded, or we can say that this difference is equal to VG minus VD. VG is effective voltage at gate terminal and VD is effective voltage at drain terminal. So as the value of this voltage VD will increase, then the difference between the two voltages will reduce. On the other hand, the source terminal is connected to ground terminal, so the voltage difference between gate and source will remain same as it is. Due to that, the gate terminal, which is towards the drain side, will be less positive than the other side. Hence, this region will attract fewer electrons as compared to other side. Due to this reason, the channel will get narrow. As we keep on increasing this voltage VDS, the voltage between drain and source terminal, then at one particular voltage a pinch off condition will occur. So at that particular voltage, the drain current which is flowing through the circuit will get saturated. We will also discuss in our next lecture or next topic, that is drain characteristics. So the voltage VDS at which this pinch off condition occurs is called as saturation voltage. So this saturation voltage can be expressed as VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. VGS is the voltage between gate and source terminal, where VT is the threshold voltage. That means the pinch off condition will occur whenever the difference between gate and drain terminal is just equal to the threshold voltage, because at the threshold voltage the channel is just created between the drain and source terminal. Threshold voltage is the minimum voltage. So for the fixed value of VGS, if we further increase the VDS, then the difference between gate and drain terminal will be even lesser than the threshold voltage. Due to that, the channel will not be get formed towards the drain and source terminal, towards the drain terminal. So the current through the channel should become zero. But actually, if we see, still the current will flow through the channel, and this ID current will get saturated because the electrons which are passing through this channel can still be able to cross this depletion layer due to the electric force. So once the pinch off condition occurs, then the drain current will get saturated. Even if we increase the value of VDS, then still the current will almost remain constant. That is the condition of saturation region. Next is drain characteristics. If we see the drain current versus VDS curve for the different values of VGS, then it will look like this. So as you can see, the value of VGS will increase, the current will also increase, and this parabolic curve shows the locus of the VDS voltage where the ID current will get saturated. Now in this graph, this region is called as linear or ohmic region. So in this region, the MOSFET can be operated as the voltage controlled resistor. So for the fixed value of VDS, as we change the value of VGS, then the width of the channel will change, or you can say effectively the channel resistance will change. So whenever VDS is less than VGS minus VTH and VGS greater than VT, that is threshold voltage, then the MOSFET is operated in linear region, and in this region it can be operated as voltage controlled resistor. If we talk about the next region, in saturated region, so whenever the MOSFET is operated on the right hand side of the locus, that is the parabolic curve shows the locus of VDS, then it is operated in saturated region. So mathematically we can say that when VDS is greater than equal to VGS minus VT, then it's said to be in saturated region. This is all about the enhancement type MOSFET and characteristics of MOSFET. I hope you can understand the topic related to enhancement type MOSFET and its characteristics, working and construction. Thank you all.